Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Shattered Glass Megatron, the heroic Decepticon. This figure was purchased over at the Hasbro Pulse, and I've had it for a little while and just am now getting around to reviewing it because I thought I lost it. We cleared out a bunch of boxes in the basement and I thought I threw it away. It didn't get thrown away, it fell underneath something. And my cat, being a climby kitty that he is, tipped over a bunch of stuff and hey, this fell out. So cool. Box is okay.
Megatron, the heroic leader of the Decepticons, stands against tyranny and fights to bring peace to all Cybertronians.
Straight out of the box, Megatron is nothing more than a repaint of the Earthrise Voyager Megatron figure, though it is a very striking repaint. The black, the white, and the red with the sky blue all work incredibly well. If you turn the figure around, though, there's just a whole chunk of black on that back. But I'm okay with that. The figure feels great. The paint feels good. Everything about this figure feels oddly more solid than the original Earthrise mold. Head sculpt is excellent, but I would have loved if those baby blues were a little bit brighter. They are the same color as the accessories and the little bits of blue on the back of the shoulders, but that scowl just prevents you from seeing the eyes if you're looking straight on. You're going to have to tip the figure back a little bit in order to see them. And you know what? I am 100% incorrect. This Megatron is a repaint of Siege Megatron, not Earthrise. Because as you can see, that Megatron and Earthrise Megatron are completely different. But these two guys are completely the same. So, oops on me. Now this Megatron comes with a shield that is in the shape of a canopy for a jet mode, which we will be taking or turning him into later. And then the figure also comes with these two wing bits, which peg into the back of the treads back here, like so. And this mimics his shattered glass form from over a decade ago. You know, it was based off of the original Transformers Energon Megatron figure, that original shattered glass figure. Yeah, we've got some decent homages going on to that figure here. I like the overall aesthetic. I think it works. I love the blue, even though these pieces are clear plastic, and the canopy is just one big piece of clear plastic. I would have loved if those pieces were solid plastic as opposed to clear, but they're clear, so who knows how long they'll last. And can we just talk about how lovely the paint scheme is on these? Yes, the glossy black is good, but I love this blue and this red on the fusion cannon. It is beautiful. I love the blue. I don't know what kind of blue this is. It's just this shiny, super vibrant blue. That needs to be on more Transformers. One improvement Hasbro made with this figure is that the head is much harder to actually move up and down now. The pin going back here is much tighter, which I appreciate because that means that it's not going to be flopping around like it does on Siege Megatron. And speaking of Megatron, his head is on a ball joint and a swivel, or no, it's just a ball joint. It can swivel side to side, it can look up that much, it can look down that much, it can look down that much. Swivel in the shoulder, followed by a hinge connected to that. Swivel just above the elbow, 90-degree bend at the elbow, no fist articulation. I would have loved it if they had fixed the issue where there's this stupid little peg that prevents the fist from folding all the way straight. It would have been nice if they had, moved it over here, but they didn't, so what am I going to do about it? Nothing! Torso articulation is present. Hinge joint and swivel joint for the leg. Thigh swivel, bend at the knee is 90 degrees. And there is the ankle articulation that isn't as good as the rest of the Siege line, but it's good enough. The figure's transformation starts with folding the fists up into the forearms, then taking the fusion cannon and turning it around so that the red component is pointing up in the same direction as the face. Come to the back of the figure and grab the backpack and flip it up and over the head like this. Grab the treads, open them up, and On my copy, these treads are real tight, and split them out a little bit farther and then fold this white piece inside the treads and fold it up, and it will peg into the inside of the treads like that. Turn the figure around and push up these components that are on the back of the shoulders, then grab the shoulders and fold them towards the back by unpegging them first. Then fold them up, and the fusion cannon, or the other side of the fusion cannon, will peg into the other forearm. That will then allow us to rotate this section back and spread the treads just a little bit so we can then shimmy the treads into where the arms or the shoulders used to be and snap them into place. And there we have the front of a tank mode. Take the entire turret section, turn it around 180 degrees, pointing to the back of the figure, or to the bottom of the feet. Speaking of the feet, come to the feet, fold the heels up, collapse the toes, fold the heel up, and collapse the toe again. Next, turn those legs like that, so that the toes are pointing into each other, and then grab the entire torso section and turn it around 180 degrees, so we've got these peg holes pointing up. And then we take the canopy section and peg it into those peg holes, like so. And then take the wings, and they will peg into the treads on the back, like so. Do the same thing on the other side, and we're done. This is exactly the flight mode that I came up with and pasted on Twitter a couple of months ago. It's a nice fan-made mode that has extra wings and a canopy. You can pull this off using some weaponizer components and get a very similar effect with the original Siege Megatron. I'm not going to do that for you because you can do that yourself if you want. The one main thing is there's nowhere to put this. Nope, the directions don't say to put this anywhere. You could put it up here up front, but that looks ridiculous. I wonder if the original tank mode would work in this case. Yeah, that totally works. So what you do is you take the edges of the sword, break them apart, and flip them around, and they stick out back here, and then you just slide it into place, and you still have the flying turret that is Megatron. Yeah, that totally works. It's not my favorite look, but it does work. Now, how does the original Megatron look? Okay, yeah, the white is needed. That does not look good at all. Thankfully, we can transform this Megatron into its Siege tank mode. As you can see, here are the differences, and I've got to admit, I really, really like the white tank with the blue. I think this is quite a striking tank mode, and it's just got more pizzazz, we'll say, than the original Siege mold. I mean, it's the same mold. You can add the wings as accessories in this mode, but I haven't found a place where you can put the canopy anywhere yet. I've been looking for spots, and you really can't put it anywhere. And for those of you wondering, yes, Earthrise Megatron is completely compatible with this set. It doesn't look anywhere near as good, but it is 100% compatible. And having both Shattered Glass Megatron and Optimus Prime in my set or in my collection is nice. But I don't know what it is about Prime. Shattered Glass Prime is a vastly better figure than Shattered Glass Megatron. Maybe that's just the molds, because I like this Earthrise Prime mold way better than the Megatron mold. I don't know. What do you folks think? Let me know down in the comments. As always, I have been Baltmatrix. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I'll catch you all next time.